Greetings and salutations, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Fantasy Warfare. We are back for season 2. Oh, it feels like it's been so long, but it's so good to be back in the saddle again. I'm XLJ, the OG, and today is going to be a very special episode as we are kicking off season 2 the only way we know how to, folks, because today it's going to be a battle of the wrestling brains. That's right, the two most knowledgeable people across all platforms are going head to head against each other in a dream matchup. This is a fantasy matchup right here, if there ever was one. Of course, you can see up top, I got my other brother for my other mother, one Michael J. Duplessis. How you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you, sir?
Doing great. And of course, we have this beautiful specimen right here, the one, the only, Richie Mars. How are you, sir?
Doing well, XLJ. How we doing?
Doing great. Also, this is a battle between the two newest shows here on World Championship Wreckage. Of course, Michael over on Netflix and Raw, and of course, Richie over on the new show Bound for Impact, which if you haven't watched either of these shows, you definitely want to check them out. They are great. They are phenomenal. Absolutely love them. But, gentlemen, this is going to be a very special episode of Fantasy Warfare because if you've never watched Fantasy Warfare before, essentially, we tend to take different eras of professional wrestling and companies and put them up against each other. However, today, since we're dealing with these massive minds, folks, there are no rules. That's right. We're not going to go era to era. This is a all out, do whatever you want, just book your fantasy cards. So we are going to see some dream matchups. We're going to hear about some just across all different genres, different platforms, different eras of pro wrestling. So excited for this episode. And like I say, it's the best way to kick off season 2 here on Fantasy Warfare. That being said, gentlemen, are you ready to get into it?
Yes.
I'm ready when everybody else is. I had a great experience the first time around. I heard MJ was talking some smack, so I had to come prepared.
Yeah. Yeah, here we go. So here we go. It's on like Donkey Kong now. So that being said, let's get things underway. Now, once again, like I say, if you've never watched it before, pretty much we build our own dream pay-per-views. We have 8 matches on this show. Richie, I'll start with you. And first, I'd like to ask, do you have a name for your show? Do you have a theme for your show? Just out of curiosity.
The theme for my show is what I want to see. No. But pretty much it's like if I were to just have everything that I like, and this was probably the most difficult thing that I've done because I finalized my card look at the clock here, about an hour ago. Just because like every time I would feel like I finished the card, I'm like, oh, that's a good thing to put in. So I put in there. So it's really like the love letter of professional wrestling. And if there is like at least what I view as professional wrestling, of course, professional wrestling is subjective to what somebody likes. But I tried to get all the things that I like a giant buffet, a smorgasbord of just like things that I like, some interactions. And I feel like the term dream matches or dream cards are thrown around a little bit too loosely nowadays. Just because I feel like when somebody says, oh, this is a dream match and like the match is happening, then it's not a dream match if it's actually happening, or if there's any possibility of it happening. Yeah. Like, I feel like dream match should be like less than 0% chance of it actually happening. Like it's in the negatives, and I feel like, with all the different eras at our disposal, it's really tough. Like there are like people that I consider my favorites currently, and they didn't even make this card because it is like so like again, everything is just so stacked and you get to be so creative with it, with the match types, the professional wrestlers, like I said, at your disposal, just everything. And it was like a lot of fun. Stressful, but a lot of fun. And I would put like this in like the Chicago Allstate Arena venue.
Oh, yes.
Just because like the acoustics there are great, just like the vibe's going to be great. And like, honestly, I tried to make this as most variety as possible. So it's like you're going to get some talent from WWE, TNA, AEW, New Japan, just like everything in between, some British strong style in there. And it's just like, we're in it. We're in it to win it. And I want to remain undefeated in fantasy warfare. Granted, only one victory and one appearance, but I want to be like the Undertaker here. I want keep that streak alive.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. If I could, you mentioned this is like your love letter, so to speak. So what if you called it Richie Mars the Notebook?
I mean, in a lot of ways, it is. It's like probably Dreamscape would probably be like
Ah,
my name for it, because
I
it's
do
like
like that.
it's my dream card, and it's also an escape from the professional landscape as we know. Because let's be honest, like when you're talking about professional wrestling and in the wrestling sphere, there's a lot of negative Nancy's in there, and people are, it's like, oh, we got to remain positive, but it's like you can be critical, but also you don't need to like be totally negative on things that are happening. There are things that I'm critical of professional wrestling across the board, but I still have that optimism because it still keeps going. It still keeps going. It's ever changing. It's ever evolving. And I'm just looking forward to listening to MJ's card, because I know he has a great card in store. Don't worry, I wasn't told on any of the matches. I'm not gonna play any of those head games. I'll play different head games though.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Just like you, I legit just finished this shit like maybe 45
Oh,
minutes to an hour ago.
Yeah.
ooh.
Oh, you
I
weren't taking me
I was
seriously then.
changing shit up to the last minute.
It's tough because it's like when you have
Yeah.
like no limitations. Like the first one I was a part of was just NXT and TNA, but now it's like, all right, brakes are off, go crazy. And then that's when it's
It's
like,
way more difficult.
yeah, and then it's like, because for a while it's like I had 10 matches, and then I'm just like, I got edited down to 8. Then I'm like, okay, finally got my 8. And then it's like the 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, oh my god, I gotta write this down right now. And then it's like when you wake up in the morning, you're like, all right, we gotta tweak and alter this a little bit. So yeah, this was a lot of fun.
Well, that is the dedication you both show. So I am ready to get into your Dreamscape show. Richie, what's the opening match?
So you got to set the tone for the opener. If you're not on first, you want to be on last. And I feel like what will really shock people into like paying attention right off the bat. And I can't think of anybody, at least within the current realm of professional wrestling, whose theme song emits a reaction of fear with everybody when you hear the dana 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 na 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 na, and that's going to be Gunther kicking us off, or Walter, whichever version you prefer. And his opponent is someone that I feel like, I'm surprised I haven't seen this match, but it would be a classic, in if you will, and that is the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe.
Ooh. Oh my God. Samoa Joe against Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
Like these two guys, their chests are going to be so beat red by the end
Mhm.
of this. It is going
Yeah.
to be like hamburger meat. Like, oh
Mm.
my God.
Mhm.
Oh my God. Like in both,
They
like
literally did just miss each other on the Indies and in
Mhm.
WWE by like
Mhm.
just
that
like a
is
year.
crazy when you think about that in
Yeah.
hindsight.
It's like you think, like it's like they must have fought before, because I had this match in my mind and I'm just like, "Oh, I can't put this on. They probably already fought it already." But I googled.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, it didn't happen. I'm just like, well, it should probably happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like two guys where it's like almost like mirror images of each other, but in completely different ways. Where Samoa Joe is just kind of like, all right, talk your stuff, and then I'm gonna smack you in the face. With Gunther, it's that cockiness, it's that brash arrogance, that elegance that brings in, but they will still beat you up. And I feel like they're just a perfect matchup for each other, because they really did define wrestling in a time period where smaller wrestlers are probably more popular than bigger wrestlers, and they can move around like the smaller wrestlers and keep up with the smaller wrestlers and adapt to that style. Like, let's face it, the whole X division, it's not about weight limits, it's about no limits, was just about Samoa Joe pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
And with Gunther, he changed the game when it came to British strong style wrestling and just being the anti-entertainer, where he's just all business within that ring. And that's pretty much his character, because he never wanted to go to WWE. He never wanted to move to like in the United States originally.
Facts.
And that's why he was such a dominant force in NXT UK. But now when he came over to the States and he got in that lean shape and he just looked like a total destroyer, similar to the destroyer that was Samoa Joe at one point. So it's like, I don't even want to say the old guard versus the new guard, but it's just like the man that originated the style and the man who you could arguably say perfected the style going one-on-one.
I like it. That is, oh man, this matchup, I just salivate just thinking if this is your opening contest, this is going to be a hell of a show. But we got to know who's going over in this encounter.
So again, both these guys pride themselves on the rear naked choke as a potential finish. And what I plan on doing for the finish, both of them escape the chokes in different points of the match. And then the finish is going to be Samoa Joe goes up for the muscle buster, tries to climb that top rope. Gunther slips out of it, and Samoa Joe still on that top rope because he wanted that top rope muscle buster as like the kill shot. But since Gunther slipped out, Joe's on the top rope. Perfect position for the power bomb. 1, 2, 3. Gunther defeats Samoa Joe in a classic barn burner, big men slapping meat match.
Oh my God, the ring general walking out victorious. I think, yeah, I totally see that being the end result. I think Joe would, yeah, that would, dude. I'm just, Mike, you're gonna have to bring it, brother, which I know you will. So
Yes.
let's start off. You got a theme, like a name for your show?
No
You got, like,
theme. I do have a name. It's an acronym, NOME, which stands for Night of Main Events.
oh, look at you! I see what you did there, and I like it.
And it will be at the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Yeah,
Yeah.
Clay's even intrigued here. All right. Well, that being said, what's your opener?
My opening is a tag match, and it won Crippler Chris Benoit and Dean Malenko versus Paria del Terror, aka Eddie Guerrero and Art Barr.
Oh,
Los Gringos Locos?
Yeah. That was the faction name, but yes, the tag team. Yeah.
That's good.
Dude, that's good.
Yeah.
Did that ever? Did that ever?
No, it was supposed to happen. This was supposed to be a feud in ECW, but of course, Art Barr passed away.
Yeah, because at that time, Benoit and Malenko were part of the triple threat with Shane Douglas.
Yes.
ECW,
And,
so, okay, yeah.
And they never met in Japan. They never met in Mexico.
God, what could have been?
Yeah.
That's a main event matchup right there, too. My God. Holy shit. Like, and then, you know, you look at that time frame, too. And we've talked about it so many times here on the wreckage, and we'll preach it to the roofs. Art Barr is like one of the biggest what ifs. Like, if he had been able to like go on and have a career, you would be talking about him in the same vein. You talk Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero and all these great Lucha Libre stars.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how good he was.
And this is that WCW Benoit Malenko and the Four Horsemen.
Versus, okay, we're going with that. Okay, I like it.
Versus the Mexican, the Los Gringos Locos heels.
Oh man, and they drew mega heat. Like we talked about it on the last episode of Wreckage, which if you haven't checked out, watch a replay of that, where we talk about the Triple A show when worlds collide. But I love this opener. Gotta know who's going over. I got a feeling I think I know who's going over, but
it's Eddie and Art.
Yeah, I knew it. Like, how could you pick against your boys, right?
Yeah, Art hitting Benoit with that frog splash.
Yeah. Plus, too, I mean, like the trajectory. God, could you imagine, like, if Art was still around, like the tag team that Eddie and Art, you would be talking about them as like one of the greatest tag teams of all time in the vein of like the Dudleys, the Hardys, and Edge and Christian, and all these other teams that would come, you know, years later after him. So, well, gentlemen, both are tremendous opening matchups, dream matchups. Let's keep it on with you, Mike. What is the second match that's going to take place on Gnome?
One of my I do have many gimmick matches since you said there's no rules.
No rules.
So the second match I have is the Ultimate X match.
Ooh, gotta see what makes it ultimate times 2.
It's in bold letters and italicized.
First off, we have Michael Shane.
Okay.
Versus AJ Styles.
Okay.
And they're going to be repping that NWA TNA side. Repping the WCW side, we have Billy Kidman and Psychosis.
Oh, okay.
And then repping the WWE side, Gregory Helms and A1 JB Noble.
Oh, okay. Is this Trailer Park Trash, Jamie Noble?
Yes, this is Trailer
Jorts.
Park Trash with Nydia.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
God dang. So what is what's the rule? Is it still the same? You grab the X
It's just a regular Ultimate X match, but I want to get champions from each era, like two X Division champions, two WCW Cruiserweight champions, and two WWE Cruiserweight champions.
I see. Now, is this, you said Gregory Helms, is this like
This is his heel turn in 05, right off.
Knew it.
The sunglasses Tron Gregory.
Yeah, this is black leather, black and purple leather, like Royal Rumble 06, like just turned on Rosie.
This is I love that Gregory Helms too, by the way.
It's an underrated version of Gregory Helms.
Gregory Helms.
I love that character so much.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, all right, this is gonna be a car crash, but in a good way. I love too that you picked Michael Shane too, because Michael Shane's another one of those guys I think that time is forgotten
underrated and forgotten about, like keystone of that early X Division.
Cousin of Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Michael Shane was awesome. I wish we saw more of him. And still, does he still go today? I would assume he still works, doesn't he?
No, he doesn't.
No?
He left the business.
Retired? Oh, did he? Okay.
He did have one squash match in WWE after TNA, but that was it.
Yeah.
Well, all right, Mike. Who's going over in the Ultimate X?
I have Billy Kidman.
Oh, all right. Impressive. The scratch your chest, Billy Kidman.
Yes. Yeah, this is Raven's flock, Billy Kidman.
Ah, nice. Okay. Dope. All right, so Mike, you have brought it with the Dream Tag match and an Ultimate X match. Richie, I'll come back to you. What is your second match on Dreamscape?
Well, mine is also a TNA themed match because I did grow up in the TNA era, but also I host a TNA show, so I figured got to have some representation.
What's the name of that TNA show?
It's called Bound for Impact.
Oh yeah, and where can you see that?
You could see it right on this channel in World Championship Wreckage.
Oh, nice.
Love a cheap plug.
Yeah. No, it's very expensive. The money just hit my bank account as I said these words. All right, so it's gonna be Monsters Ball. And this is old school Monsters Ball, where it's like you're locked in the door for 24 hours, no sunlight, no food, no water. Like you get like the little camera, like you have a little promo of all these participants involved, and there's four participants. We have Cactus Jack.
Oh.
Got the Monster Abyss.
Yes.
You got Kevin Owens / Kevin Steen, whichever one you prefer.
Okay.
And Swerve Strickland.
Holy shit. Mike just busted a nut, folks. When you said Swerve,
such a curveball.
Yeah. He's just like
somebody who knows how violent Swerve can get because of his ZZW stuff. It is
Jesus, this is, oh my God, the brutality that this will be. Oh, what a dance they would dance. My God, when you had like the originator, the OG Cactus Jack, the Monster Abyss, who is another one of those unsung heroes, I think, who doesn't get nearly as much love. Kevin Owens, Kevin Steen at the height of his in Ring of Honor, what he was doing, my God. And then Swerve Strickland, we know how violent he can get. Damn. And the fact that you take away food and water and light from them, like these are going to be some bad men that do some bad things. Like the movie says, folks, there will be blood in this one, I'm sure. So, Richie, how's it all go down and who's going over?
So, this is the finishing sequence I had in my head. It came to me in a dream, or 45 minutes ago. Take your pick. So, we had Abyss on the outside. Cactus Jack grabs Barbie, which is the barbed wire baseball bat. does the deal, hits Abyss. Abyss goes flying through the barbed wire planted board that's on the ringside, and he's stuck in there. Now Cactus Jack gets the lighter, lights Barbie. But as he's about to turn around to hit somebody with it, Kevin Steen comes in, kicks Cactus in the gut, drops the bat. And now, package pile driver onto Cactus Jack. And now, while he's in that seed position, boom, house call. Right there.
Ooh.
Then you get the 1, the 2, the 3. Swerve Strickland wins Monsters Ball, and there's just carnage aplenty.
I
I
love
like
that.
it. Yep. AKA Mike just creamed his pants again.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's. I love how you went with put Swerve over on that one, because I mean he is not only can he get down and be brutal, but he's also like the ultimate, like calculated. Like he would take his spots. So, like he would know, like okay, this is my window.
Yeah, with Swerve, I compare him to RVD in a lot of ways in terms of it's very pretty looking violence.
Yeah.
There's some brutality in there, but he does enough where he makes it his own.
Yeah.
And he doesn't necessarily need weapons in order to enhance his matches. But if he does have them, he could be creative with them as Rob Van Dam was. Now, are there some spots that are over the top compared to Van Dam? Absolutely. But this is Swerve's style, not just Rob's style.
Yeah. Yeah, this is that's a dope ass matchup, man. And like I say, I love that you chose Swerve to go over. So, all right, Richie,
Mhm.
we're gonna keep it with you. What's your third match?
So my third match, this is something that I was kind of going back and forth between a couple of people. And it is a one-on-one contest, and I feel like it's two very great workers. And if they were at the same place at the same time in their primes, I feel like it'd be an instant classic. So we have Eddie Guerrero versus Kazuchika Okada.
Holy shit! Oh, that's one thing I love about this show is you get some of these matchups you don't even think about, and then when you hear it, you're like, oh, I am so down, and I am so down for this one. Latino Heat against the Rainmaker. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? Like, oh my god! And you Peak Okada against Peak Eddie. Ooh, baby.
Yeah, like some people think Peak Eddie's 97 Eddie, other people think Peak Eddie is when he won the title from Brock. Whichever one you want. But the Rainmaker is always the Rainmaker. You know what I mean? Except when he had that weird balloon phase, but we don't talk about that. But
yeah.
But again, this is just a match where I see it's like if this happened like on like any show, it'd be like, all right, I'm sitting down and I'm watching that.
Yeah. Yeah, that is really beautiful.
And going with the what ifs, because I know we talked about the Los Gringos Locos tag team. If Art was still alive, there's not a guarantee that Eddie would be where he was.
Yeah.
Because there were a lot of circumstances. And Eddie was more not like a recluse, but he was more toned down compared to Art personality wise. And it really took a while for Eddie to like get that personality and like kind of harness it into the superstar that we know him today. And this is just like probably one of the greatest what if matches in my opinion, just because like both these guys at their peaks are just tremendous workers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the style matchup between these two would be so fascinating, but oh my gosh, like this was pure cinema. Who's going over though?
All right, so the finish of this matchup, you know, it's like both of them doubled down, trying to like, reach a vertical base. Eddie kick to the gut, one amigo, swivels the hips. Two amigo, swivels the hips. Trying to go to the third, Okada comes back behind. Boom, Rainmaker. Picks Eddie up again. Boom, Rainmaker again. And then slowly but surely brings Eddie up, pats him on the chest, showing him respect. Boom, Rainmaker, 1, 2, 3. Kazuchika Okada defeats Eddie Guerrero.
Wow. Nice. But I I could see that's one of those ones too, man. It's like it's so 50-50. You could see him going either way.
Yeah, the reason why I chose Okada to win with Eddie is great at putting people over, and him himself, he would say he will like purposely make himself lose. Like, he was one of the more giving veterans at his time period. And I feel like he would be like, nah, Okada's the like younger than me, next big thing, put him over.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
I feel like as much as like a big Eddie fan that I am, I feel like Kazuchika Okada winning would probably be the better decision in the
I
long
mean, you
run.
could easily argue Eddie was probably one of the most giving wrestlers of all time.
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
Yeah, I love it. All right, Mike, back to you, my friend. What is the third matchup on Gnome?
A last woman standing match
Okay.
between the Hugger, Bailey, and Luna Vachon.
Oh shit. Oh my god, this is like a matchup kind of like Beauty and the Beast, so to speak. You have like the lovable Bailey who loves everybody, and then like Luna Vachon, who's just one of the baddest motherfuckers on the planet.
Yeah,
Like,
and this is like Luna when they revived the women's championship in '94, where she's attacking Alundra Blaze and she's
yes.
bringing in
Oh,
Bull
yeah.
Nakano.
Dude, I love this matchup. This is another one of those ones where it's like never even thought about these two in the same lexicon, let alone like in a matchup. And like, I need to see this. I need this in my life. Gonna have to play a lot of 2K after this, boys. Damn, and a last woman standing too. All right, so who's going over in this one? Can the white meat babyface prevail, or is Luna gonna have her moment in the sun, so to speak?
The Hugger's going to come out on top. Just
yes.
barely. Just Luna can't get to that 10 at the last second.
I could see the story for this too would be so beautiful too, because it's like you could have Bailey like questioning herself the whole time, like, can I do this? Can I really do this? Can I somehow beat someone the caliber of Luna Vachon? Like, how do I overcome this monstrous force? And then just like you have this like her building her inner confidence up and stuff. Oh my god, that's so good. That's a hell of a matchup. Take my money now. All right, Mike, let's stay with you, buddy. What's your fourth matchup on Gnome?
So some people might get mad at me that this isn't a main or co-main event, but my fourth matchup on the card is a Hell in a Cell match. And it is actually got a guy that Richie just said recently, and it is Abyss with Father James Mitchell versus The Undertaker with Paul Bearer.
Oh yes, dude, that's dope. I love how we both have managers in this too, and oh my
they
god,
will squabble outside the ring.
I was gonna say, are we gonna get a cat fight?
Yes, they will. They're going to go at each other.
Like, just whatever you do, Paul, don't do the white snow, buddy. Like, stay away from it. It leads down treacherous paths.
And this is Abyss and Father James Mitchell when they're like attacking Sting, and like should have been
attacking Christian in his pool.
Yeah, and should have been NWA champion, but we're not going to talk about that.
He was, but
he won for like
but not like Monster Run Abyss. He was like he was like childlike Abyss.
Yeah. I love this. That was, you know what? Everybody talks about like dream matchups.
It's a big what if in what should have been.
Yeah, because once again, and I love how Abyss is on both of your cards too, because Abyss was one of those guys who just did not get it nearly enough recognition just because he was, I don't know,
he was almost, he
almost got signed.
Yeah, but
and they almost brought him in the Wrestle Taker. He's definitely on my TNA Mount Rushmore.
I agree. Yeah, absolutely. Especially of originals and stuff too. Yeah.
Also, famous wrestling family with Father James Mitchell and Joseph Park. Attorney.
His brother. Joseph Park wasn't as good. He was kind of a dweeb. But,
I love Joseph Park. There's no slander of Joseph Park.
It was such a wild gimmick, such a wild story,
and he made it work too.
This is a classic battle of the big man, and also very similar characters too, as well.
Yes.
What I love about this. What era, if you don't mind me asking, Mike, kind of what era of Taker is this? Is this like early on Taker? Are we talking like
No,
Ministry
this
of
is
Darkness?
this is Phenom, like WrestleMania 25. Like
Okay, yeah,
this
yeah.
is later on when he's
Seasoned veteran.
baby face. Like he is the icon and locker room leader.
Okay.
And Abyss is that horrible heel.
I like it. So, who's going over in this Hell in a Cell match?
I actually played this out in my hand. They're at the top of the cell, and Abyss Black Hole slams him through the cell and lands on top of him for the 1, 2, 3.
Oh my god!
Are they still alive after that?
Yeah,
Maybe
that is like some 2K.
alive
like,
enough to get that 1, 2, 3.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Wow. Like they would what if they like gimmick the ring to make it kind of like it would be a crash pad to be safe, but the ring caves in, there's like a spot that they don't.
Oh yeah, no, the ring will collapse once they hit that black.
Oh,
that black
okay, okay. Yeah.
But
So
the referee
literally
is
he black hole slams him straight to hell.
yes.
I love it. From the heavens all the way down to hell, folks. Oh my god, that is a moment that people would be talking about years to come, my friend. That is wow. So we've already gotten a Hell in a Cell, an Ultimate X, the Last Woman Standing, and a hell of a tag team matchup on your show. Richie, I'm coming back to you, buddy. What's going to follow Eddie and Okada?
We're gonna have a good old fashioned gauntlet match.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
And this is not the type of gauntlet, where it was just like, oh, we're gonna have wrestle for 5 minutes and move on to the next one. No, this is gonna be that Seth Rollins, Kofi Kingston-esque gauntlet matches where these matches are gonna get some time.
Okay.
So there are, let me count here, 5 participants.
Mm.
And I'm gonna say them in the order that they're arriving to.
Okay.
So we have Seth Rollins, Will Ospreay, RVD,
okay,
AJ Styles, and Shawn Michaels.
Oh shit. Damn, you're talking about 5 guys across different eras, man, that were like the top as far as like high flyers or lighter wrestlers or whatever you want to call it.
Guys who changed the game.
Yeah. Like, my God. So it's starting off with Seth and Ospreay?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. Okay. And I'm assuming this is like gauntlet in the sense you pin the guy and then the next guy comes out?
Correct.
Okay, let's run us through the match, my friend.
All right. So, of course, those of you who don't know, Ospreay and Rollins had a little bit of a run-in on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. They're cool now, but again, history's kind of there. The finish is everyone's exhausted. Everyone's hit each other's finishers at least once. What we're going to do is Rollins buckle bomb to Ospreay. Ospreay uses that momentum. Boom, hidden blade. Falls on top of Rollins. 1, 2, 3. Rollins is out. RVD comes in. Wrestle around a little bit. They're going. RVD already hit the split-legged moonsault. Now going for the 5-star frog splash. Goes for it. Ospreay moves out of the way. Van Dam takes the Van Dam bump on that mat, holding his ribs. Boom, hidden blade, RVD. 1, 2, 3. Ospreay moves on. Here comes AJ. AJ and Ospreay wrestle around a bit. Ospreay again trying that hidden blade, but AJ counters into the calf slicer or calf crusher, whatever you want to call it. Ospreay has nowhere to go, taps out instantly, and then we finish with AJ Styles and Shawn Michaels.
A dream. I love this, how it starts with the dream matchup and it ends with the dream matchup. And it's two separate guys.
It's the breads and then you have the meats. The breads in the end are what keeps everything a little bit contained a little bit. So we got Shawn Michaels and AJ Styles. So we're on the outside. AJ trying to go for the phenomenal forearm.
I knew it.
Springboards up. Michaels going for the kick. AJ catches the kick midair. Spins Michaels around. Gets him. Styles clash. 1, 2, 3. AJ wins the gauntlet.
And he is phenomenal indeed. Oh my God, dude. That is Like everything about this match is just fucking chef's kiss. Like, oh, I just love the in between, like and you also hear AJ goes over, but also, I mean, what a showing by Will Ospreay to go over on not only on Seth but Rob Van Dam and to go head to head with AJ. Like, oh my god, yeah, this is good shit, pal. I love it. I don't know how you're going to top it, buddy, but what is, as we're now officially halfway through these cards, folks, and there's already has been some bangers, as the kids say. God, I'm old. What's your fifth match, my friend, on your show?
Hold on. I'm getting a message from the good Lord William Regal himself, and he's saying War Games.
Holy shit. Okay.
We're getting War Games in here. And it's two factions that actually have never been in War Games before.
Okay.
One side, we have Evolution. So that's Triple H, Randy Orton, Batista, and Ric Flair. Against They Hurt People. The Hurt Syndicate, Hurt Business. Teams. One-on-one with each other.
So we have, let's see, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, MVP, and Cedric. Okay. And this kind of plays into some real life heat too, right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah. Well, also, like, I'm using the versions of there's some storytelling here, some deeper storytelling, because with Shelton Benjamin and Triple H, obviously that's what kickstarted Benjamin's solo run.
Oh yeah, the kick.
Bobby Lashley and Randy Orton also have existing rivalries. If you remember, it was the Bobby Lashley Randy Orton match on Raw that caused Big E to cash in on Bobby Lashley.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You have the two mentor roles in Ric Flair and MVP.
That's a fascinating concept, but you're right. Yeah.
And you have Cedric Alexander, who, people don't really see him as like that tippy top guy. But again, it's all about taking chances. And why not put him in a spotlight with all these big names and try to establish a bigger star out of it? And then you have Batista, who was always the enforcer of the group. But will that enforcer be enough to take out Bobby Lashley? And of course, Benjamin and Batista and Randy all in that OVW 2002 class.
Facts. I love this.
This just screams like glorious. Like I'm thinking the Bobby Roode song is in my head, just the way you described it. So it's a War Games match. So who starts War Games?
So who's starting War Games? It's gonna be Randy Orton and Shelton Benjamin.
Yes. Okay. And who has the advantage?
Evolution will have the advantage.
Heels always gotta.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah.
So how's this finally go down? Like, who ultimately walks out of War Games?
So everybody is taken out, but Triple H has MVP in the pedigree position. Cedric does his springboard kick, hits Triple H. Triple H is now on the turnbuckle, mirroring how Shelton beat Triple H last time. Stinger splash into the corner, and then Triple H turns around, eats the spear by Bobby Lashley. 1, 2, 3. Hurt Business, Hurt Syndicate come out on top.
Wow. Okay. Some retribution for MVP and company. I like it.
I love it.
Yeah. That's a dope ass work. Like, because that's one I never, until you said it. That's what I love about this show. It just presents stuff that you just don't even think about. Mike, I'll come back to you. Back at the Hammerstein, what's number 5 on your card?
A tag team dog collar match.
Oh shit.
And since I am like Richie and I'm a huge TNA fan, and most people prefer Beer Money, but I was always an AMW fan.
America's Most Wanted, baby.
And they will be going against Day One-ish, the Usos.
Oh, that's an interesting one. Once again, another one I never thought of, but damn, I like the
We're
sound
talking
of
about the Cowboys versus the guys who wrestle in Jordans and pleather pants.
Yep. We find the
This
defendants
is
guilty. I like it. Damn. Okay. And what if I can? Why'd you go with the dog collar match as a stip?
I just really love the violence of a dog collar match.
Fair
Like
enough.
I was watching the first one from Starcade and the ones they had in Mid South recently, and I was like, you know what? This would work for fantasy warfare. And there's something about a tag team dog collar match that's just like more people, more violence, more blood. Kinda like
Yeah. It writes itself, my friend.
yes.
Okay. Who is going over in what I'm sure is a bloodbath of a tag team dog collar match?
The AMW will be going over
Oh, okay.
with them hanging the Usos over the top rope with the dog collars and the Usos having to tap out. Covered in blood.
Oh shit. Okay. Damn. I like it. That is I love that you went with AMW. I don't think a lot of people would have expected that, but AMW is one of those all-time great teams that's another one that doesn't get enough recognition, especially too, you're right, because when you think of a James Storm tag team in TNA, a lot of people gravitate towards Beer Money. And Beer Money was great, but I agree with you 100%. America's Most Wanted is one of the all-time great. If you had a Mount Rushmore of TNA tag teams, America's Most Wanted to me is on top.
Also, cheap plug, episode 2 of Bound for Impact will be about AMW.
Oh, we're gonna have to talk about that, the whole history of AMW, or like,
Yes.
oh my gosh,
Which is so good.
that just shows you how good they are. The fact that is your guys' second episode already into it. You're talking America's Most Wanted, because once again we find the defendants guilty. Mike, what is gonna follow this dog collar match? What's your sixth match?
We are gonna go from some violence to some technical Iron Man wrestling. And it will be a 4-way Iron Man match.
Okay, 60 minutes?
Yes.
Okay.
We have Larry Sabisco.
Oh, the living legend.
Versus Mitsuharu Masawa.
Oh my god.
Versus Bryan Danielson. Versus Owen Hart.
What the fuck? Like, this is the most, like, you literally have taken 4 completely different errors and put them against each other. This is crazy. Like, oh my god. Like, the Sabisco, that's a kind of a wild. I didn't think on this show somebody would be having Larry Sabisco in a match, but of course you would have Larry Sabisco wrestling. Now, what era Sabisco are we talking here? Are we talking like AWA 80s? We talking like Sabisco?
No, we are talking the cruncher with Paulie Dangery.
Part of the Dangerous Alliance. Yes, a very underappreciated Larry Sabisco. A killer though, nonetheless.
Yes.
Okay, going up against arguably, a lot of people will say this. I'm right there with it. Like maybe the greatest Japanese wrestler of all time in Mitsuharu Masawa. Bryan Danielson. I mean, what more can we say about Bryan Danielson and Owen Hart? My God. How in the hell you pick a winner in this one? Like, what's going down in this Iron Man match?
At the last second, after all of them are tied 1-1-1.
I love that.
Owen Hart will be making Larry Zbyszko tap out to the sharpshooter.
Okay. Owen gets the W. I like it. Oh man, I would have oh god, I love Masawa so much. I'm so glad Masawa got mentioned. Richie, what is your 6th match on Dreamscape?
Well, great minds, I guess, think alike because it is a dog collar match. But it is 1-on-1.
Okay.
And again, just a reminder, we're in Chicago.
Oh god.
And it's gonna be
I look into your eyes.
It's gonna be CM Punk versus Roddy Piper.
Oh
my god. The
that makes
two
sense.
of the biggest. Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! That's all I gotta say. Holy shit!
Mhm.
Like this, and the fact that you chose a fucking dog collar match.
That was the one that came to me like a couple hours ago. I'm like, I gotta put this on here.
Oh my god, that's stupendous, as they say. Got it. But oh man, as much as y'all love Piper, man, Punk is definitely gonna have the hometown advantage here. That's all right. This is gonna be a tough one. How's this going down, Richie?
So, again, Punk home field advantage obviously has, all that support behind him. That doesn't really phase Roddy Piper because just when you think you have the answers, he changes the questions. So, without anybody looking, because again, the dog collar match, only the chains, the collars, that's usually the legal weapon. So, Piper pulls out brass knucks out of his tights, unbeknownst to CM Punk. CM Punk has him up GTS style. Piper gets free, nails Punk in the back of the head with the brass knucks. 1, 2, 3. Roddy Piper wins.
Oh,
Big heat.
oh yeah.
Gotta get that big heat. And then Piper, bloodied, standing victorious, grabs the bagpipes, starts playing Cult of Personality on the bagpipes.
Oh my god, the shade. Oh fuck, I love it. Oh, I could eat that with a spoon.
So this issue will continue past Dreamscape, but that's we call that the middle of the road match where it's like we're building something bigger, but this chapter in a nutshell is fantastic in my opinion.
And for this, I think, Richie, for this story to work as well as it does, I think Piper has to go over on Punk in Chicago. Has to.
Yep.
That is fucking tremendous. My God.
Because a lot of people don't remember how much heat Piper can generate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks.
Absolutely. You get that prime 80s Piper. Holy shit. So, well, Dreamscape has been literally that, a dream come true. We are now down to the semi-main event. What is possibly going to follow that? What's the 7th match on your show?
So once again, great minds think alike. It is an Iron Man match.
60-minute?
60-minute. But this one's a triple threat.
Oh, okay, okay.
We have Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
Versus Kurt Angle.
Yes.
Versus Bret Hart.
Oh, I knew you were going to fucking say that. Oh, my God. Okay, Mike creamed his pants earlier. I just creamed mine. Damn. The best there is, was, and ever will be against the Olympic gold medalist, against the master of the yes movement. Holy shit. Like this. You could easily say these are three of the best technical wrestlers who is a damn shame they never really got to lock up with each other.
Everyone just kind of missed each other by just a little bit.
Yeah. Oh my God. This is just like everybody's talked about, like, always want to see Angle against Brat. That's always been one of my biggest what ifs. And then you talk about Angle against Danielson's another one, and then you add Danielson against like Bret. Oh my God. This is just like this is a technical wrestling fans dream come true. And the fact you did it in a 60-minute match, kudos, sir. Kudos. That being said, how's this going down?
So the story of this match is all three of these men have been in one-on-one Iron Man matches before, 60-minute. All of them lost. And now this is more the redemption. And the winner of this one will get another crack at the person that defeated them in that previous Iron Man match.
Oh, okay.
So we have Kurt Angle playing the heel in my head, this scenario. Bret being the babyface, and Bryan being babyface, but he has that heel tendencies sometimes. But Angle takes the lead with 2 falls, usually by cheating ways. Both Bret and Bryan gain a fall at the same time, with one having the label lock on, the other one having the sharpshooter on, and Kurt tapping.
Love it.
All right. And then Bret and Danielson They beat each other to gain the second fall. So everyone's tied 2-2-2. So we have the final. Sharpshooter, LaBelle lock again. Angle about to tap again, but Brian realizes he can't win that way. Yeah. So he lets go, goes to the corner, unbeknownst to Brett, tries to go for the running knee, the Busaiko knee. Brett ducks, Brian wipes, but that gives enough an advantage for Kurt to then roll through the sharpshooter, get that pin, rope assisted. Referee doesn't see it. Clock ticks down. 3, 2, 1. Kurt escapes with the win.
Oh, it's true. It's true. Your Olympic gold medalist gets the win in the battle of the best technical wrestlers in the world. Oh, dude, that is. I love the finish. I love how Kurt does the little just the little nuances in that.
Because beautiful. All of Kurt's falls in my head, even though this is a battle of technical wrestlers, he doesn't win a fall by submission. He wins by cheating.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And he's going to be braggadocious, like, I am the greatest technical wrestler. He can run with that for the next 6 months. Hell, you can get stuff you could do a one-on-one with Danielson. You could do a one-on-one with Brett later on. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, you get so much out of that. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. Mike, what is your semi-main event on Gnome?
My semi-main event is what I'm going to call a cool-down match because of what my main event is going to be.
Oh, you're going to do the big show against QT Marshall?
Haha, funny. Gross. But it is the Serena Deeb.
Oh, okay.
Versus Alondra Braze.
Oh, I like it. Two great technical wrestlers, two great performers.
Two girls who don't get the credit they deserve for their wrestling ability.
Yeah. That's dope, dude. All right. How's it going down? Who's going over?
I have Serena Deeb.
Oh, yeah. I think Medusa or Alondra would do the right thing there, too. I think she'd be more than happy to do that for Serena.
By submission.
Oh, nice. Even better way of putting her over. I love it. Well, you had said we had to have a cool down match. It makes sense because that Iron Man match was hitting on all cylinders. Here we are. That's what it's all about. These have been some incredible matchups, but what in God's name is going to main event Gnome?
In the early 2000s, in Jersey All Pro Wrestling, there was a faction called the Strong Style Thugs. And it was B-Boy, Homicide, Loki, Eddie Kingston. And they were managed by Julius Smokes. And since we are in New York City at the Hammerstein Ballroom, these guys are going into war games against the Four Horsemen.
What the wow! This is Michael J. Duplessis at his best, folks. Yes. This is a match I'm sure you've thought about for years.
And when I said Julius Smokes, I'm saying that because it's 5-on-5. The managers will be getting in the ring.
Okay.
Because it will be Ric Flair, Barry Windham, Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson, and J.J. Dillon.
Okay, I like it. All right, that being said, the War Games, who gets the advantage? Or who's starting the match? Let's start with that.
Starting the match will be Eddie Kingston and Arn Anderson.
Holy
just beating the fuck out of each other.
I fucking love that. Okay.
And getting the advantage is the Thugs.
Okay.
Being as brutal, as violent, and as New York as possible.
Ooh, I like it. All right. So who comes out for the Thugs?
Secondly will be Homicide.
Oh, shit. Okay. So you have Homicide and Eddie against Arn. Poor Arn. Yeah. Poor Arn's fucked.
Well, what do you mean poor Arn? Poor them.
Yeah.
It's Arn Anderson.
That's true. And he took out his gun. No. How's it go down? Who's walking out?
Who's walking out will be the Four Horsemen.
Oh, okay. So the Horsemen win the originators of this match. I'm a little surprised. I thought you were gonna go with the Thugs on that one.
Nah.
Horsemen rules, baby.
They will. Ric Flair will get the figure 4 on Homicide.
Oh wow. Okay. That's what you gotta love about this show, folks. Because who in the God's name thought, "Hey, Ric Flair against Homicide"? Let's throw that one out there. I'm sure there's a lot of you that's like, "Oh yeah, that match could totally happen at some point." That's beyond a fucking video game match. That's just like the most ludicrous of like, but I love it. I am here for it. I want to see it. Holy shit. Gnome was pretty spectacular, but Richie, what is going to be the bow on top of this magical gift that has been Dreamscape?
We're going to take a little bit of a trip inside Hell in a Cell.
I love that we have multiple same matches, and that's great.
Yeah, that's how you have to do it. You know, you have to get the big guns. And some people say this is the original dream match. The people where it's like it was possible. But again, in their primes, in my opinion, like work rate wise, 2007 Undertaker. And we're getting Sting.
Knew it. Love it.
Yeah.
Inside Hell in a Cell, the Undertaker's playground, as some would say.
Mm-hmm.
The dead man has got a little bit of an advantage here, but it's the icon Sting.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming this is like, which era of Sting is this, actually?
This is actually TNA era Sting.
Oh, okay. So, Joker Sting or like
not just like in between Main Event Mafia and winning the title from Jeff Jarrett Sting.
Okay.
So still pretty like muscular, pretty good shape. Putting a lot of tributes in different eras. Red in his face paint a little bit.
This is like getting fucked over by Jeff Hardy at that pay-per-view thing.
A little bit before, but
a little bit before. He's not as bitter. No.
Yeah.
And this man, it's so crazy to think like how close this matchup was to happening in that time frame. If you think about it. A lot of people like the heavy rumors was going into, I think it was WrestleMania 27, that it was in fact going to be Sting going against the Undertaker. God, what could have been? But we'll never know. But we can always fantasy book it, and that's exactly what you've done here, my friend. How does this Hell in a Cell main event go down?
So the finish is Taker, Snake Eyes, big boot, leg drop. Calling for it, does the deal with the tombstone. Gets Sting up. Sting counters. Scorpion death drop. 1, 2, kick out. So now Sting's calling for it. Now he's doing the woo, and now he's going for the Scorpion Deathlock. But he's struggling because Undertaker's fighting him. He has those long legs. And then Taker's fighting him so long, he gets him in the Hell's Gate. Hell's Gate. Sting's trying to fight out. Sting's trying. He's fading. But then you just see just the lightest tap on the Undertaker's leg. And Undertaker wins this dream match by submission.
Wow. Holy shit.
Because I feel like people do the pass out finish a little bit, but it's like Sting knows when he's done.
Yeah.
It's time. And it's like he does it at the last minute too. I love that literally the final seconds and holy shit.
Then the final shot you see is Taker helping up Sting. Taker do the iconic raise to Sting, and Sting getting down on a knee and just acknowledging Undertaker, and that's how we go off the air.
That is good. That is a dream come through. Well, gentlemen, you have both brought it today on this episode of Fantasy Warfare. Like, both of these shows is getting my money and then some. I'm watching the replays over and over. I love how it's like a mix of like dream matchups, a mix of matches we never thought of, and a mix of nobody in their right mind other than Michael J. Duplessis could think of some of this stuff, and Richie Mars as well. Gentlemen, this is a tough one. Like, I'm looking at both these cards from top to bottom, and it's just like so good. So good. Mike, I love yours because it mixes up so many different eras of wrestling. And Richie, I love yours because it's just you've got a perfect blend. I'm a stickler for a good old fashioned just like one-on-one matchup just to do it. I mean, the gimmicks is cool and all, but the gimmicks that you present on your card, like they all make sense. This is tough. I want to watch both of these shows. I really do. But if you break it down, you look, okay, the tag match on Gnome to kick it off. Phenomenal. The Ultimate X. Yes, that last woman standing. I love the story there. Hell in a Cell. Abyss damn near killing The Undertaker. The tag team dog collar match. That Iron Man match that is bonkers. That's like the cherry on top. I love the addition of Serena Deeb and Alondra Blaze. And the War Games match that nobody in their right mind ever saw coming. Which, by the way, I have to say, too, both of you came up with, like, the most, like, I never would have dreamt or thought of War Games matches. Like, Evolution against the Hurt Syndicate and then fucking the B-Boys against the Horsemen. Like, never in a million years. But then going over to Richie's and you look at that tremendous opener with Gunther and Smojo, the Monsters Ball, Eddie and Okada. The Gauntlet match. My God, the Gauntlet match. The Crazy War Games, that dog collar, the story you're telling there, the Iron Man and the Hell in a Cell. It's a tough one, but if you're putting a gun to my head, I gotta go. I just the match that does it. There's several, but the match that's like doing it for me is just like that the one dream match I think I've always wanted to see. It's the three-way Iron Man. So Richie, I think I gotta go with you, my friend. You're still undefeated. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You are the winner here on Fantasy Warfare this episode.
Thank you.
You
so
deserve
much.
it, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you.
Facts, he
Mike,
does.
You had a phenomenal card too, though, man. That was close. This may be one of the closest episodes we've done to date. But I love that three-way. I love the Punk Piper dog collar, what you're doing there, and that gauntlet match, just the way how it ties together. That was just like my over the top. Like I had to get that. That's getting my money. That's getting my money. Well, gentlemen, you both brought it today. You both did an amazing job here, as expected. And you know what? Honestly, I think at some point, I think we need to run it back. I think we're gonna. I think maybe a rematch.
Hey, I'm always up for it.
I know we could advertise.
I
this as
love
a
doing
once
this
in a
shit,
lifetime,
so I'm down.
but we should have another once in a lifetime part 2. I think.
Yeah, anytime, any place. Hopefully, the place is here. But yeah, I'm up for it. Yeah, if you want to be undefeated, you got to accept all comers, and even rematches are allowed.
Yeah, we'll have to see if you can keep your streak going. Well, before we close up this episode of Fantasy Warfare, we got to end it right. We will plug a palooza. Richie, my friend, tell us where we can find you.
First off, thank you for having me so much. This was a lot of fun. You can find me at Retold Richie Mars on the Instagram, the YouTube, and the TikTok. Just passed 10K on TikTok, so that's pretty neat. And you could also find me on here in World Championship Wreckage on Bound for Impact. I also host a podcast called Wrestling Retold and Relive with Richie Mars. Of course, Richie Mars on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Latest episode is a breakdown with the No So Wrestling Connection podcast. We're talking about the match that's being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. We're talking about Bret Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 13. Complete background of the story and why it stands the test of time and why it's the perfect way to elevate and pass the torch to somebody. Really fun discussion. You can check that out. Again, Wrestling Retold and Relive at Richie Mars.
Love it. Michael, tell us where we can find you, brother.
You can first catch me here on World Championship Wreckage every Monday with Netflix and Raw with Pro Wrestling Wizard Doug and the Reed Queen Michaela. You can catch me every other week on Cole TV, learning the ropes. I can't wait for the next episode this coming up Thursday. That's going to be fun. You can catch me doing Queen's Court with my brother Husky Harris and the Tribal Queen Bree Stout. We should be getting another reactions video out there for you while we wait for Monday Night Raws to get put onto Netflix because they're being slow as fuck with that.
Bitches.
And then you can catch me on Off the Top Media and Rivet City Radio every once in a while as a 6-man there when they need me.
Awesome. And hey, to give a little sneak peek of what Mike mentioned, the next Learn the Ropes, it's going to be a fun one because we're continuing on with our WrestleMania discussion. We're going to give you our Baker's Dozen, our top 13 favorite hidden gem WrestleMania matches, is what we're talking about. So the matches that a lot of people have forgotten about over the years, but are tremendous matches nonetheless. So it's going to be a dope-ass episode. And, of course, you can catch me over on Cole TV. You can catch me here on World Championships Wreckage. We got, speaking of Wreckage, and you mentioned it, Richie, the next episode we're doing on Wreckage is actually, we are going to be taking our look at the Bret Hart Stone Cold matchup as well. So that'll be a fun one we're going to get into. And, of course, you can catch us every week over on Cole TV for Pro Wrestling 60 every Monday night, where we recap everything that happens in the world of professional wrestling. And on Cole TV in the coming weeks, we have got not one, not two, but 3 massive back-to-back weeks at the mid-April into May. So we got our WrestleMania week, our collective week, as well as our Squared Circle Expo week. Because, yes, I'll be out in Vegas for WrestleMania weekend, and I'm going to be at every collective show. It's like literally, I think I'm doing 14 shows in the span of 4 days. It's going to be fucking nuts, but I cannot wait. And I get to share that all with you over on Cole TV. You'll get to see that. So it's awesome time going on over there. So check us out there. But gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here on this season 2 kickoff of Fantasy Warfare. And like I say, I can't wait to run it back again with you two folks, you two gentlemen.
Thank you. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Let's go wrap it up for this episode. As always, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Until next time, we'll see you on another episode of Fantasy Warfare.